Everybody, welcome back. I'm Yumble, and I'm about to delete everything except for the city center. Let's do it. Okay, so now I think we're right where we're supposed to be. I started this series with a bunch of ideas, and to put a positive spin on things, let's just say that I've remained flexible enough to modify my idea of what this city is, or what this city can be, or what this city should be, and I think that this is a really great start. But the rest of the plan has to go out the window. Whatever I thought I was doing with the straight roads and the roundabouts kind of has to go in favor of something a little bit more, I don't know, authentic maybe, something a little more, something that feels a bit more real, to me at least. So my plan in this moment is actually to look at what this city would have looked like radiating out from this point. So I want to see what major roads people would have used to get to this point from other places. You know, I want to think people would have traveled in from different areas and tried to get here. And how many bridges are we going to have across here? You know, how many bridges did the Old Town Resfeber build and all that? So I'm sorry to pull the rug out from under you guys. I know that I had this nice little spot over here, and that was valid in its own way, though it's not exactly what I need Resfeber to be, unfortunately. So I'm going to spend today figuring out those major roads, those major routes coming out from Old Town Resfeber, as well as maybe a few things you don't expect, too. I want to figure out a canal that will go around the outside here, actually. I want to imagine that there was a shipping route that might have come into the city after the city had developed for a little while. Maybe we brought in at least one ring of canal. I don't know that I'm going to fully Netherlands out and do multiple rings of canals, but at least one canal to see if we can fit cargo ships into it, because I think that would be really cool. And also establish a more natural-looking road network from this organic beginning. It's taken me a while to get to this point, but I'm pretty excited to proceed. Let's lay down some roads and see what we can come up with. All right, so this is pretty much fine. I'm I knew that it would be a bit messy doing this. And as long as I can reset all these buildings once this is done, I think we'll be good. But I like how this is coming out. As you can probably tell watching the video, I'm not that experienced with ending canals, so I'd like to figure out how to get these edges a little better. Actually, I think the edge of the river might be a little off there, so lots of adjustment to be done. Bit of growing pains in the city, but I'm really happy with that. Ultimately, we're probably going to have a waterfront walkway, but also some sort of cargo here too. So expect that in the near future, maybe even in this episode. I'm not sure the scope of this one just yet. It's going to be a pretty major overhaul, but I'm going to let this finish dissipating, and then we'll start deciding where the bridges are going to go, and maybe how the city is going to be accessed from the highway again, because I've severed that access. But I think that this is going to be a very unique scenario and is going to make for a lot of interesting challenges and a lot of interesting, aesthetic. I think I've got everything to a spot where I'm happy. As far as the key interacting with the key, meaning this wall here, interacting with the canal, and none of the ends are quite perfect, and I'm okay with that. If I really want to nudge these into place, I can. But what I wanted to point out was that I figured out how to wrangle the canal in such a way that it goes underwater nicely. You can use Move It to pull this node closer to the water, and then pull this node closer to land, and it'll make this transition very sudden but very nice. Just for instance, if this is moved back a little bit, you get this nasty imperfection in the land. And alternatively, if you pull this out into the water more, it pulls up here. So it's a bit of a delicate balance trying to get the surface of the map to interact nicely with the canal, to interact nicely with the key. And if you get all three of them spaced just right and just at the right heights, basically this inner node is at the canal height. Like, let's say there's a standard canal height. I've got the canal all flattened out essentially. And then it changes grade very suddenly between this node, and that's how you get that. Like I said, if this is just a little bit this way, the land is getting into the sea, and if this is just a little bit this way, that gets all nasty. Just wanted to share with you some revelations I had learning how to use the canals. Well, I dare say that's enough damage for one episode. I started the beginning of this by deleting everything else. Now I've retained all of the best parts of the city and none of the worst parts, and I'm much happier with this as a start. Things that we still have to do, I think the next episode is going to be dedicated to the train station, so we're going to have a cargo train as well as a big old passenger train station with a direct connection to Old Town. So that's probably what that top road is going to be, if you look at the northern end of the bridges there. But I'm very happy with that. That's a total change for what I thought this city was going to be, but I think that this is a much better starting point. Forgive me for negating the first 2 episodes, but at least you get to see my process. It's a very honest process, and I've learned a lot. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. I'm Yumble. I stream on Twitch 2 days a week. I make YouTube videos at least 1 to 2 a week. I've got Twitter, I've got Instagram, all those good things. We also have a Discord where you can come and talk about cities and ask questions and post pictures of your own city. But I really appreciate you watching this series. I cannot stress that enough. Thank you for being here. I will see you in the next stream or the next video.